What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, as promised in my previous video, we're going to go ahead and sink our teeth a little bit more into Hazard Zone. Like I said, I didn't really get to talk too much about this game mode. The main point of that video was to talk about how they were not taking a free-to-play approach with that specific game type. And again, I just wanted to discuss it with you guys, talk about it with you guys, because it was a pretty hot topic. But at the end of the day, I didn't really get to talk that much about Hazard Zone. I want to sit down and really discuss it with you guys and share my personal opinions and maybe even start a discussion down in the comment section about this specific game type. But before we actually hop into the commentary, just very quickly, if you guys do want to catch my live streams, today is probably the perfect day to do so. Every single Sunday, we go ahead and do our old school Sunday stream, where we stream Call of Duty 2 all the way up to Black Ops 2. All the OG classic Call of Duty games that we all know and love. So if you guys do want to check that stuff out, the link to my channel is down in the description. We stream every single day. But with that being said, let's get straight into the commentary today. Now, like I said a little bit earlier, I really wanted to designate a complete video to Hazard Zone because, honestly, I am super pumped about this game mode specifically. Now, I know we haven't seen too much footage of this exact game type, or whatever you want to call it. We've only seen, like, what, a minute and 50-second trailer of this exact game mode, and you can't really judge it too much off of that. I'm kind of depressed about that, and I would be lying to you if I told you I thought that trailer was outstanding, which I did think it was decent, but it didn't show enough to get me really pumped for the game mode itself. And I understand where they're coming from. They're just trying to give us a little taste so we know what's coming into the game. They weren't trying to do a complete, utter reveal of what Hazard Zone is going to be and all the details behind it and stuff like that. I know where they're coming from. I'm not blaming them for, putting out a short little trailer and stuff like that. But I just wanted to say, regardless of what we saw gameplay-wise, I still have a passion behind this specific game mode, and it's all because of Battle Royale. You see, at this point in time, I could care less if Hazard Zone is a complete, utter mess. Truly, I don't care. The only thing that I want is a fresh take on something unique and interesting. Battle Royale, it was good. It had a good run for me. And I understand it's not dead whatsoever. Clearly, Battle Royales are still thriving. They're doing great, fantastic, and it's a certain mindset that people need to have in order to sink their time into the Battle Royale. And obviously, it just outgrew me. So during this specific time, I'm just trying to branch out and find something different. And that's where Hazard Zone comes into play. It basically takes everything that I know and love about the adrenaline rush from a Battle Royale, because it's not a Battle Royale whatsoever. If you want to know the details, because everybody always thinks I don't know what it is, when, trust me, I do know what it is. It's basically a mix of Escape from Tarkov and Hunt Showdown, which is phenomenal in my opinion. But one thing that Escape from Tarkov does phenomenally is it gives you that same adrenaline rush that BRs give you. The one life risk factor, where every single gunfight could be possibly your last for that whole game. I love that rush, but in BR, like I said, it's no objective. Basically, the whole point of a Battle Royale is to be the final man standing. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, it takes a very specific mindset. But for me, I want something to do. I want an objective, an overall objective. And obviously, there's stuff to do in Warzone. There's little side objectives like bounties and scavengers and stuff like that, which are cool. That's a great addition, honestly. And I gave all that stuff praise when Warzone first came out. I thought it was phenomenal. But I want a core objective, the overall objective of the mode, to revolve around something different besides being the final man standing. Because as we all know, when you have an objective like that, the whole point is to survive the longest, which means everybody's going to play like a wuss, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's just going to camp, they're going to play slow. I'm not saying all of you guys do, because a lot of you guys rush, a lot of you guys run and gun, a lot of you guys are doing bounty hunting and stuff like that, constantly calling in UAVs. But even if you go on a 5, 6, 7, 8 streak, you're bound to run into that one guy sitting in the dark corner waiting for you. It's just how BRs work. The Hazard Zone piqued my interest because it gives you that one life vibe, that adrenaline rush, knowing that if you die, that's it, you lose it all. But at the same time, it gives you something else to do. You don't go into Hazard Zone trying to be the last squad to survive. No, you go into Hazard Zone with an overall objective to make a cash flow. Now, the way it works in Hazard Zone is that there's multiple data drives that drop from satellites from the sky all across the map that you load into. And basically, if you go ahead and obtain this data drive, you are going to get a crap ton of money. And with this money and this currency, you can go ahead and buy different perks, different weapons, attachments. You can basically completely deck out your character to make yourself completely overpowered when it comes to going into the Hazard Zone. And the more times that you can extract from lobbies with data drives and stuff like that will give you an overall streak for your character, which also adds to more expensive and cool things that you can get for your guy to make yourself overpowered in the whole game type. But this right here is where it worries me. This overall formula sounds great. I love the whole idea behind it, and it'll definitely drive people to, play a little bit more tactically, smart with their movement and stuff like this. This is not going to be like Warzone or any other traditional BR. This is going to be a game that's going to take a lot of thought and a lot of communication with your team, which is going to be great, especially for the Battlefield community. This is definitely a game type for them. But the main reason I'm worried is what happens when this cycle gets stale. You see, that's the only objective of Hazard Zone. And you could say, well, BR, there's only one objective, and that's to survive, so that's not getting stale. So, I could be making a fuss for absolutely no reason. But again, this is just an opinion-based channel. We like to talk a lot, ponder on thoughts a lot, and that's what I'm trying to bring forth to you guys right now. What if this gets repetitive? All we're doing, basically, the whole objective, like I just said for Hazard Zone, is to make money to get more stuff until you lose all that stuff by dying, and then you go right back in to make more money to get more stuff until you die again and lose all that stuff, and then you go back in to make more money to make more. You see what I'm saying here? It seems like a very repetitive cycle, which isn't bad because it is a third end mode for Battlefield. This isn't the main experience for this game, obviously, which I don't want it to be the main experience at all. I want EA DICE to obviously put more focus into their core game experience, and even Portal as well, which is awesome for old school Battlefield gamers. That's clearly what all of us in the community want them to put their focus on. But I'd still enjoy seeing Hazard Zone survive and thrive amongst the other modes. I don't want to see it completely go away. I would love to see it being supported. Let's be honest here, there's no story-driven campaign or anything backing up Battlefield 2042. Yes, they're releasing some, cutscene trailers and stuff like that for a story, but there's no official story mode. You're not going to purchase this game, and there's going to be a section of this title worth your money that you put into that's going to be a well-written, directed campaign. It's just not going to be in this title. So why not put that into Hazard Zone? It has the perfect background for it. Seriously, it would be phenomenal if they could just put a little writing behind it and give the game mode some lore. Because even though I said this game mode is completely different than BR, which it is, it seems like it's still going to go down the similar route of having no overall purpose. For example, let's talk about Escape from Tarkov, since Hazard Zone is a game mode that's revolving around that specific game. In Escape from Tarkov, there's not just one objective. You're not, like I said in Hazard Zone, just going in to, get more money, and that's the only goal. You see, yes, in Escape from Tarkov, you do want to get more money. That is a massive goal. But there's an overall storyline to the game, and multiple missions to keep you active. You're always grinding for something. Whether you want to work on missions for specific individuals so you can get more of this or more of that, there's always something for you to grind for, because that's what they want you to do. They want you to keep coming back because there's goals set ahead of you for you to go towards. You see what I'm saying? When you go into Hazard Zone, there's no goals ahead of you to go towards. If you're hopping on this game, you're hopping on for the same exact reason that you hop onto Battle Royale. More than likely to pub stomp. My main worry is that nobody's going to be getting on Hazard Zone for the tactical gameplay because there's nothing to keep people coming on for a casual manner. The only reason people are going to be getting on Hazard Zone is to go on massive win streaks so they can stack up tons of cash and buy out all the armor and all the gear so they can keep going on more win streaks and dominate all the lobbies, getting tons of kills and obviously stacking up more money. Again, I want to make it very clear, it's nothing wrong with that formula. It's for aggro players and it's a very arcadey styled game mode. But I kind of was expecting just a tad bit more. I know it's a little bit too much of me to be, asking for something like that since, it's not even the main purpose of the game. Battlefield 2042 isn't revolving around Hazard Zone, so I shouldn't really care that much about, what they're trying to do with this mode. But still, it just seems like it's going to be something that's going to get very tiring, very quick, because it doesn't have a reason to come back besides win streaks. But luckily, EA DICE has plenty of time to mess around with this game mode. Regardless if they want to do something or don't do something, I completely understand if they put no focus into this mode and they don't change anything at all. It's no sweat off of me, I promise. Like I said, 110% support EA DICE working on the core experience over Hazard Zone in every way possible if it means that we're going to have a better overall Battlefield game. But even if they have the slightest bit of extra time, or even if EA hires a different team to work on Hazard Zone, that would be phenomenal. That would be great if EA could actually go aside and get a team to work on this game, just like how Activision did with Warzone. Infinity Ward started it, and then Raven Software, Raven Studios are continuing it and making the game possible. That would be so great with Hazard Zone, because then they could put a little bit more work into it, maybe add some more lore to the game mode, add maybe some side stories, missions to accomplish, and more of a grind towards the mode, because like I said, it's great. The foundation of Hazard Zone is there, and I'm so excited to hop in. But I feel like it's going to be something that I'm going to enjoy, but it's something that I'm going to get bored of very quickly. And despite that I love it so much, because of the very repetitive nature of the game mode, I will probably just jump back onto, the core, Conquest experience, or hop into Portal and play some, custom game modes or the classic Battlefield experiences, because that's just what Battlefield's all about. At the end of the day, I share a different opinion from a lot of people. We're all going to think something differently of Hazard Zone, and obviously, a lot of people are not going to agree with me, and that's perfectly fine. But I truly do believe that this game mode is literally going to be, by the sounds of it at least, from what EA DICE have confirmed already what's in Hazard Zone, it sounds like the whole meta is going to be spawn in, rush straight to the fallen satellite, because there's only going to be 2 satellites. It's going to be like, 10-15 minute lobbies, and then it's going to be completely over. If you don't extract with anything, you basically die and you lose everything that you brought in. So basically the goal is to go straight towards the satellite, get a data drive, extract. That's it. If you find people, kill them along the way. You'll definitely find people. That's the fun factor, because that's the meta. Everybody's going to be trying to get those data drives, because that's a whole goal. Get them, gets tons of money, get a lot of gear, go on win streaks, repeat. So everybody's going to swarm the satellites. Everybody's going to fight over it. You take it, you leave, you repeat. Fun. I mean, honestly, it does sound pretty cool. I'm really excited to try that out, but we're going to see how long that lasts. But guys, thanks so much for tuning into this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like if you hated it. Leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new and you enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, you want to chat with me, there's 2 ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord. Both those links are down in the description. And also, you want to catch me live streams of video games I do over on Twitch. Link that is in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you on the next one. Peace out.